Welcome to Marth and the Machines. Today we have another battle report for you after all that rules work. We agreed on 35 points and we're playing the old Prime Remix Pendulum. We in this case being Marth with Vladimir Tzepesci experienced and Arides with Coleman Stryker. Enjoy! Wait, there's something important first. Once more a shout out to fellow video makers. This time the steam-powered Canadians. I like their report and I'm really looking forward to the stuff they're going to do. So back to the studios and the game. The only change we applied to the map from last time was to tear down the building in the middle and replace it with a ruin. Otherwise we left it the way it was. I win the role for deployment and first turn, but I leave the initiative to Arides. He brought Commander Coleman Stryker, a Charger, a Cyclone and a Squire. To add to that he had a Storm Tower, a Maximum Storm Guard, Stormblades with unit detachment and Storm Gunners. Then Rupert Cavolo, the Piper of Ord, and Harlan Versh. I went with Vladimir Tzepesci experienced and the Juggernaut Victor as well as a War Dog. Minimum assault commandos with 2 flamethrowers, Widowmakers and the Great Bears of Gallows Wood. And then a bigger bunch of solos, a Manowar Dracoon, 2 Manhunters, Widowmaker Marksman, Yuri the Axe and the Bond Girl of the Iron Kingdoms, Madeleine Corbeau. Stryker's first turn has him put Snipe on the Storm Tower and Arcane Shield on the Storm Guard. The Charger runs, the Piper plays the March for the Stormblades and everything advances, the Cyclone putting down some covering fire. I let the 3 Manhunters advance, eyeballing that they would still be too far away for assaults. The assault commando split into a double diamond formation, Vlad casts a sail on Victor and transference on himself and moves up, followed by Madeleine and the dog. The Widowmaker Marksman snipes the Storm Guard and shuffles, and 2 more Widowmakers do the same. The others snipe the Charger because Harlan Versh is stealthy. The Great Bears hurry up behind cover. Oh, and the Dracoon runs. Stryker in round 2 only upkeeps Snipe and gives focus to the Charger. The Storm Guard moves up, the Storm Tower runs, the Cyclone advances and lays down covering fire. The Charger moves and fires, thereby killing 2 Widowmakers and forcing me to change the leader, leaving the one on the roof out of the command zone because I had them this far spread out. The Piper marches the Stormblades. The Stormblades assault and oops, they get within 5 inches of the Manhunters, which kills Yuri and the male hunter. Stryker concludes by advancing and feating, which catches everyone but the Stormblades. Vladimir's on again. I drop a sail and give a focus to Victor. I start with Vladimir and feat. And 6 models, both of the Flamers, the Marksman, the Widowmaker Capitan, the Manhunters and the War Dog, who must have had a very good lineage, go into Oversoul. Vladimir then charges the Storm Guard, shrugging off the covering fire but missing due to set defense. The dog charges as well, killing his enemy after taking 2 damage from the covering fire. Madeleine moves up closer to the Widowmaker Capitan. The assault commandos move up and out of the way of the oversold flamers, which burn down a good chunk of the unit, and the remaining carbine fire kills another Stormblade. Then the Manhunters advances into the Stormblades, killing 2 more. The Widowmaker on the roof moves and plings more damage on the Charger. Since his Capitan gets +3 to command, he's still in formation. The Widowmaker Capitan and Marksman each find another target to snipe among the Storm Guard and shuffle away from the fray. The Dracoon runs again. Oh yeah, and the Great Bears relentlessly charge the Charger. Victor runs. I score a scenario point, as Pendulum states that you need to have models in your opponent's half without him having any in yours. Third round, strange things happen. Stryker allocates no focus. He moves over to cast Arcane Blast at the Bears, and after 2 castings manages to kill Kolsk, but he's tough. Harlan Versh on his Hail Mary charge fails to hit. The Stormblades move, or even charge, to attack my commandos, taking out both of the Flamers and the commandos, thereby setting everyone on fire. Cyclone lays down covering fire. The Storm Tower fires at Madeleine, and I sucker the shot off to the Capitan, who is fried, and the subsequent arcing bolt fries the Widowmaker Marksman. The Storm Guard attack and hit Vladimir and the War Dog. Vladimir suffers no damage, but the War Dog is killed and an Electroleap damages Madeleine. Those were some very good damage rolls. Vladimir allocates 1 focus to Victor and upkeeps transference. Madeleine is actually in range for intrigues, but no one could sensibly move. Vladimir would be out of focus and eating a lot of free strikes, so thanks, but no thanks. Victor runs. The last Widowmaker tries to snipe Stryker, but misses. Madeline moves. The assault commandos close in on the Stormblades and kill them except for the last gunner. The Dracoon charges the Piper, hammering into the wall. The Great Bears take out Hull and Bush. The Manhunters charges the Cyclone and under transference punches a serious hole into the armor, breaking an arm. Vladimir kills a Storm Guardian. I score another scenario point. Fourth round, Stryker gives focus to the Cyclone. The Cyclone tries to throw the Manhunters but can't get a grip on her, so he buys an additional attack and swats her. The Storm Gunner kills a Commando. The Storm Tower fires at the Dracoon, damaging him. The intervening wall was not high enough to block line of sight. The Storm Guard attack Vladimir, but the only one who dies is Madeline, who gets fried by a bolt of lightning. Vladimir takes 1 or 2 damage tops. Stryker casts Arcane Blast at Volkov, killing him and Kolsk, but both tough it out, so he fires with his Disruptor pistol, finally killing Kolsk. The Squire moves to block the charge lane. In Vladimir's turn I know I can take it easy. Victor lumbers ahead. The Bears charge, 1 into the Squire, 1 into Stryker. The Squire is trashed, but Stryker is too dodgy. The Assault Commandos deal with the last Stormblade and Vladimir hacks down the Storm Guard. The Dracoon moves and fires at the Storm Tower, missing. I score a third scenario point and thereby win by scenario. Vladimir wins! In hindsight, yeah, scenario victory. Not that I didn't obviously go easy on Stryker, who was way too far off the flank. Besides that, I'm actually liking the Widowmaker Marksman for Swift Hunter, which is simply cool even though it's only 2 inches. I'll have to rework the Vladimir list to include him, at least in the 35-point expansion. And the Dracoon is useful for scenarios with his relatively high speed, not to mention his regular abilities. Overall, I have to say that Pendulum as a scenario sounds plausible and plays as such, even though it gives a clear advantage to the faster player. Had we counted the Steamroller way, it would have been over in round 4 turn 1. It just seems a little hard to both drive the enemy from your half and then enter his to balance things out. Tough issue. Anyway, with this done, it leaves us with only King of the Hill and Gaining Ground remaining. And until then, farewell.